Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heart Conversations with Jeauninè. We're back. Yay. Thank you all for joining in. Please, as you're coming in, if you would speak and share the live for me, I would appreciate it. Hi, Samantha. We are back. Hi, AJ. Even though you're sitting two steps from me. Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to return. If you all would, again, please share the live and speak. Hi, Nina. I know you've missed it. Thank you so much for tapping in to tell me that you missed it and that you're excited that it's come back on. Thank you so much for being a partner of this. Hi, Vermel. Missed you yesterday. Hi, Monique. Thank you. I look good in my little balloon. Thank you. I am so excited to be back. I took a much needed, longer than expected hiatus, vacation, some me time, some let me figure things out. So that when I do come back on with you all, I'm able to give insight, perspective, and information, not from a tired place, not from a stressed place, not from an overwhelming place, but a pure place. Hi, Peak. Hi, Sean. With your sunshines. I am actually going to be inviting you on very shortly. I want to expose the people to what you're doing as well and celebrate you for all that you are doing and accomplishing. I believe that what I speak from, what Heart Conversations is about, basically embodies everything that you're doing right now. So I'm going to reach out to you because I need you to come on and share your journey, your testimony with us. So get ready for that. Definitely going to do that very soon. But I am back. Hi, Bishop. Thank you all for joining tonight. Again, I appreciate it. I have been gone for some time. And it was a combination of everything, right? Work has ramped up, and I'm actually working in a new position, kind of, sort of, with my job. So that is very demanding. And for those of you who know, I am in school, and that has become demanding. And then, of course, we have church and other things that I have going on. And the time that I took a moment, I was actually on vacation, family vacation. Sean, no, it's you. You just needed somebody to push you just a little bit to remind you of what you already possessed, right? And anything that I was able to share with you, any perspective, any love, any push, to see the results now unfolding is only a confirmation that I'm doing the right thing at the right time. So I'm proud of you, and I want you to keep going on no matter who says go or who tries to block you. You have something to say to someone and they need you. All right. So I'm excited for you. Nina, thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you for being that push for me and, pushing me to continue in my purpose. So let's get started. Let's see. So there has been a lot that has happened since the last time that I had opportunity to see everyone. I did go on a much needed vacation. It was a family vacation. And I got an opportunity to spend time with my parents and my brother. We went on a tour. Okay. It was a tour. Most people are going to one place, staying there for a couple of days, and then going home. We did a whole tour. We went to Paris, we went to London, and then we ended our trip in Rome. amazing time. And since I always want to give people information about different things, I wanted to talk about my trip first. And then next week and the following weeks to coming, we have some new topics coming in that we're going to discuss. I am finally going to tap into the conversation about death. There's been so much of it that has happened in the last few weeks that I want to share and hopefully encourage someone or help position someone for what may be to come, right? So we have some exciting new topics here in the season 2. And if you can share the live, get the information out that I'm here, that I am back on it, and that we have some exciting topics we want to talk about to help guide and give tools to everyone to live this life in the best version of themselves, right? So tonight I actually have guests, some special guests, and we're going to talk about our trip. My family is here with me, and we're going to talk about our trip to London and Paris and Rome and get our highlights of this vacation. And I also want to talk about making sure that prior to you taking a trip like that you do your research. So important, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then I also want to end the live with talking about the importance of balance, especially balance with family and balance with family in ministry. Hi, Pastor Burrows. How are you? Hi, Mother Parker. First time. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. So, hi, Lady Felicia. Thanks for hopping on. And for those of you that are on, Lady Felicia, if you look at her name in the comments, please go follow her. She does a live on Mondays, I believe at 9 p.m. I believe, if that right, sis. She does a live at 9 p.m. And I want all of the people that is on here with me tonight to join her as well. She is a wonderful person in the body of Christ. She is a first lady. She does make clothes and she does make accessories. And I'm going to get her her page so that you can go like her page and go check out her accessories and her jewelry, everything that she sells. Can you find that page for me, please, and send it to me? So we're going to find your link. Or Pastor Felicia, if you can drop your link, drop your page for your items to purchase, as well as where you go live from, drop that in the comments. And Nate, if you would put that on a screen for me, so that we can support you as well. Beautiful earrings she has. She's a pastor. She's a first lady. I don't like to say first lady, the elect lady. With her and her husband, I'm so happy that we are in connection, because as I always say, connection matters, right? So we want to support her as well. So she's going to drop her information down. www.purplefancy.com. Thanks, Nate. So if you all can go and show her some love. Again, she has items for sale, cute little earrings, and she designs them and creates them herself. So please go out and support her as well. So we're going to get right into it, because my family is busy, okay? My family is busy. Hi, Pastor Rivers. How are you? So my family is busy, and actually right now my brother is in an airport. So we're just going to bring my family on. And let's start with my brother, the one and only, the one that I have left. It was 3 of us. My younger brother passed in 1990, Brian Kevin Boyce. We love and miss him. But this is my one and only. Hi, Melissa. Please welcome my brother. I call him Deuce, the Bishop, Reginald Boyce II. Hi, Deuce. I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hi. My brother's in the airport right now, so he may talk a little low. But he's in the airport, what they call the Sky Room, the Sky Lounges.
Sky Lounge.
The Sky Lounge. All right. And so I know my mom and dad is going to be coming on different. I'm not sure if my mom is ready, but she is. Please welcome my parentals. Hi, Ma. Hi, Dad.
Hey.
How are you? Let me go to my
There you go.
perfect. Turn your volume on.
Is mine on?
Yeah, I hear you, Dad. Turn your volume on. Oh no. Y'all bear with us. Hi, Vermel. Nina is talking to you guys in the comments, so you got to look at the comments.
Hi, Nina. How are you?
Mother Parker is on with us tonight for the first time. I can't even tell somebody to go help mommy because Bishop is not even there at the house. You there? Yes. No, I hear you from Daddy's computer.
Do you want me to go?
Yep, go help her
No,
turn
no,
the volume.
no, 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 no. Just let her go in with him.
No,
Go sit. Go sit.
Ma, come sit with Daddy.
There you go.
Y'all, we love my family. Pastor Felicia, you love this. Listen. Sam, you see the parentals and the brother? We're going to get this together. Just give us a minute. My own computer, my own cat. We miss you too. We miss you too, Nina.
You wasn't ready for it.
Nate, you laughing at mommy? She talking about we hear you. Now she's smiling. Anyway, welcome to Hard Conversations, parents. How are y'all?
All right, we're doing good.
All right, so we want to talk about our vacation, right? So this vacation took place because Bishop Deuce, tell us how this vacation came up to today. Hi, Chanel.
So it came about. It was something we needed, and when my mom had her knees replaced, one of the things she wanted to do was go to Paris to the Louvre, which is an art museum. And my dad was born and raised in the Catholic faith. And so we wanted to go see the Vatican. And I happen to love London. And that was just one of my favorite cities. And my dad also lived in England for a while after he was discharged from the army. He lived in a place called Liverpool. And so didn't know Liverpool was 3 hours from London, but we wanted to go to do that. Part of it was when you do the kind of ministry and work that we do, we share each other with so many people. Each person has their own relationship with each of us, and it becomes where we as a family have to reunite. And so this was a time that the four of us could go and spend time with each other. We all like to do different things. And so we were able to do a variety of things over those few days, right? But it was just time for us to reconnect. And I think it's very, very important that families connect often, not just the quick, how you doing, but to spend time, quality time. It's time you can never get back once it's gone. So I really suggest that people take trips, and you can plan trips like this where it's not as expensive as people think, right? But it's called planning. It's called preparation. And when you do that, you can go and visit the world. And I gotta say, we had a great time.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Had an awesome time. So this was a birthday present for me. So it was my 50th. And was this part of Daddy's 80th that he hasn't reached yet?
No,
Kissing it.
not yet.
You kissing it? Yes, you are. You are kissing it.
It's the 80th year.
The 80th
It's the
year.
80th year. Yeah.
Okay. So, Daddy, you always wanted to visit the Vatican, right?
Yes, it was a plan that in my bucket list.
Right.
where I wanted to go and I look at the Vatican, see what it's all about. But most importantly, that family went. We went together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed our time together. We enjoyed Paris. We enjoyed London. Um, I've been to Paris, not Paris, but in France with the military, in England with the army. And so I had a wonderful time with my family, just traveling over the area that we visited. But I look forward to doing something else different.
Yeah.
We're taking that off the bucket list. We'll find something else. Always take time to travel or have some fun with your family. We don't know when. I'll be 80. We don't know whether I'll be able to travel to all these people. I'm not speaking anything into existence,
Yes.
but I'm just being realistic. We
Yes.
don't know. So if you have the time, enjoy one another, enjoy the time that you've had together. My wife and I, we've been together for over 55 years. You don't like to mention it, but
Mom, we
yeah,
see you.
hey,
We see you.
been together for over 55 years, and I thank God. God couldn't give me a better gift than
Yes.
He's given me with my wife. So I thank
Yes.
God. God bless you.
Thank you, Dad. Mom.
Yes, baby.
So you wanted to go. What was your desires in going?
To tour, to see it, to
Any
actually
specific
tour,
place?
and to go into Louis Vuitton and actually have somebody buy me something.
Yes.
Those of y'all who don't know, my family is, listen, we can have a whole show all by ourselves, okay? All by ourselves. And to go shopping and to have someone buy something other than you.
Yes, and to have great meals, great meals.
Did you get something from the Louis Vuitton store?
Yes, I did. I got two things.
What did you get?
I got a purse and I got a wallet
And where did you get the purse from?
from Bishop Boyce, the second. Yes, my son.
No. The
No.
purse came from your husband.
Yeah, the daddy bought the purse.
I said the wallet came from.
Oh, okay, me.
First,
Okay,
the
I'm
wallet
sorry.
came from Deuce,
I'm
right?
sorry.
And the purse came from my husband.
And you went all the way over there and got gifts. I like it because I
And
was.
you got gifts also, and I had cologne also.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
From the Louis Vuitton store as well.
Yes.
Ask me what I got.
What you got, Dad?
The bill.
What you got, Dad?
The bill.
He said the bill.
Happy bill. A happy bill.
A happy bill. A happy bill. Okay. So let's talk about us getting there. So one thing I want everybody to know.
Oh, we're finished talking about the Louis Vuitton story?
Yes.
Because I'm having fond memories right now.
Right. Well, wait, let's not get there yet. Let's
Okay.
let's start with the days. So we started off the trip with, we all flew into Paris, but when my brother is preparing us for travel, he never has everyone on the same plane. Bishop, explain that, and let's talk about the first stop.
So it was something that my mother always did. I think that all of us have flown on the same flight maybe twice, right? So my fear, and it's something that the Kennedys used to do, not that I'm comparing myself to the Kennedys or our family to the Kennedys, but the Kennedys always made sure that their families traveled separately, because if anything happened to that plane, it wiped out an entire generation of family, right? And so to keep us safe, to make sure that someone, God forbid anything was to happen, one of us would be not on the same flight. So Jeauninè took Delta nonstop. We flew British Airways when we had a stop in London going to Paris, and we missed our connection. We were put on another flight at 6 p.m. To go to Paris, and but they put us on standby for the 3 o'clock. Well, no one told us we were on the 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So when they put us on the 3 o'clock, they took us off the 6 p.m. Well, we didn't know, so we got ready to get on the 6 p.m. flight. We weren't listed on the 6 p.m. flight. Our bags were not on the 6 p.m. flight. So when we arrived in Paris at 9 o'clock at night, after arriving into London at noon, we spent the next 2.5 days with no luggage. So we had to go out and buy clothes, which, just for everyone's information, the cut of men's clothing in Europe is much different than ours.
Yes,
especially the undergarments.
Yes.
Bring your own undergarments. You do not want to buy European underclothes over there. Just, let's say, it don't fit the same. It don't fit the same. But yeah, so we all flew into Paris and stayed at a really nice hotel there, and that was where did we stay? Hyatt Regency, Paris. Really nice hotel. A taxi ride from all the great shopping and sites. Yeah. Although we didn't do much shopping though. Only thing we really did was Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. I was asleep when y'all went to the Louis Vuitton store because, and I want people to understand, if they're planning a trip of this magnitude, going to 3 different places out of the country, there's research that comes along with it. I didn't do any research, so I didn't really put in time as far as sleep, as far as your body going from USA time to Paris time. I didn't research that. I was not prepared whatsoever. So while they were out shopping, I was asleep. When I got there, I was a little bothered because the hotel was being renovated for the Olympics. So I took no pictures of the hotel. I was a little frustrated about that. And then the other part that I want people to understand in researching trips of this magnitude is the food. Totally different from what we encounter over here. Now, growing up, when we had spaghetti, we had salad, we had bread, and my mom made fried chicken with it, right? So yes, that's a whole lot, but that's what we grew up on. Paris, we went to the first restaurant and they had noodles by themselves with a little bit of cheese inside of it. That wasn't going to work for me. They had lots of options of different pizzas. So let's just say that after that first restaurant, I left my family sitting there. I went back to the hotel and went into the little convenience store, and they had a salad, and that's what I ate. Oh, and they also had the curry chicken and rice in a jar, and that was my meals while we were in Paris. Everybody else went out to eat. So we did have a great time in Paris. Paris, we all had separate rooms, right? We all had separate rooms. And we put some pictures together for this live, and we're going to show our Paris slide. Nate, watch this, y'all.
Like family. That's right. Because a family that prays together stays together. Yes, they do. Y'all, we all each other got. We got to stay together.
Okay, this is not Paris. This is the Vatican.
Right.
This is Rome, yeah.
This is Rome.
This is going through the Vatican Museum.
The Basilica.
We haven't gotten to the Basilica yet. This is still the museum. Sadly, we were not able to take pictures in the Sistine Chapel. They didn't allow pictures. That's London. That's the New Scotland Yard. That's us at Buckingham Palace.
It's London, right?
That's London at Buckingham Palace.
Every day we say we want to be loved.
Paris. It's the hotel that we stayed at.
But we learn to always pray to be the best mother and wife that can.
Eiffel Tower.
To be the best mother, a real good man.
Ain't nothing like them. And the things that we go through ain't nothing like love.
Twin, not husband and wife. Twin.
Ain't nothing like as for me and my house, we will serve you, Lord. We will serve you. Lord, the Father, Son, the Brother, the whole family. Ain't nothing like the kind of family that stands through thick and thin. Ain't nothing like. Ain't nothing like.
All of these.
Ain't nothing like.
There's something like family. No matter where you go, no matter what you do,
Ain't nothing
there's something like family.
Ain't nothing like.
Family.
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 Family. Hey, yeah. Love, 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 love. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If we pray together, we can stay together. If you hang on in there, trust God to work it out. He'll work it out for your family. He'll work it out for your family. And your family, your family. He'll do it, your secret. There's nothing like that. Family, 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 family,
That's the Vatican.
That's that stick chapel where they hold mass. That's inside the basilica.
That's our hotel in Rome. Our hotel in London.
Oh, I didn't see that picture.
for the Olympics. That's the water that they went to the Olympics in.
That's our trip to Rome. No, our trip to London.
We're on the train.
Those were awesome.
All right.
So thanks, Nate. Nate put, of course, he does all the work. Put them together, put the pictures together. I had to send him all of the pictures that we all had. I didn't take a lot of pictures. I did more of going live, but we wanted to just share some of the pictures with us. The Vatican was something that my parents and my brother was so excited about. The Vatican. I'm going to let them talk to you about the Vatican for a few moments. However, I did not stay for the Vatican. Jeauninè went back to the hotel. Yes, too much walking. And part of the research that I want people to do or to know in vacations like this is part of the culture. And some of the people there were so excited to see their kind, if I can say it like that. They went a little bit overboard. But let's talk about the Vatican. Dad, what was one of the most something that you'll take from walking in the Vatican? What was the thing that you would take out of there? The wall?
The walk itself. It was a lot of walking, but a lot of sightseeing, things that we learned when we were in Catholic school, not school, but their teachings and things like that. But, something that I'll remember, but at the same time, since I've seen it, I don't have to go back to see it again.
No.
It's a lot of walking,
Yes,
and,
it was.
These old bones can't walk like they used to walk.
What's one thing from the Vatican that you'll always remember?
The Sixteenth Chapel, where when you actually see pictures on TV where they elect a pope. We actually went into the Sixteenth Chapel where they actually do that. And it was no picture taking, no talking, no nothing, because that's their holiest of holiest places. And everybody had to reverence it. To me, that was the most of all the walking that we did, that and the Basilica.
Do you want to go back
to Rome? No, once you've seen that, been there, done that, you don't have to go back to specific Rome and the Vatican, but you could visit other places in Rome.
London and Paris, yes, but not Rome.
Not Rome.
Yeah, Rome. Yeah. Bishop, what do you think about the Vatican? I wasn't able to put the video of you in the Vatican shouting.
Oh yeah. So I love history, right? And so it was a rich detail of Christian heritage, and just to see some of the things that came out of the Roman Empire, right? The statues, the pictures. I think one picture that was in the main basilica, which is their church, was estimated to be worth $240 million. That's one picture. I wanted to pull out some paint and start painting me something, but it was very rich in history. The Sistine Chapel was incredible. Again, I'm a bit of a history buff, so to see some of the things that we've seen in movies, how they, elect the Pope, what goes into that, what room it takes place in, how they dress him, but it also gives a history of Jesus from a different point of view, right? And so it was a clear example that they reverence the places that they have deemed to be holy. And it showed me something that when we were in certain areas, security, and I would call them ushers, would tell you couldn't talk in those areas because it was sacred, right? You couldn't take pictures because it was sacred. And it helped me to understand that in our places of worship where God is, we can't have conversations in every part of that building. The place consecrated for worship should be a holy place. And so even in our church, we have started moving people out of the sanctuary following the benediction, because you can get into conversations in that place that that are not appropriate. And that place should be just for worship, So we've started moving people towards our foyer, our next area, just because we've got to reverence the house of God, right? So it was absolutely incredible. We did about 3 miles of walking just through the Vatican, and then the Sistine Chapel, and then the Basilica. And when we got to the Basilica, I thought, y'all reverence the way y'all do. And I put on my praise break and danced right there in the Basilica.
In the Basilica.
My feet went to moving, and it was a church. So, I just went on and gave him what I thought he was due.
Yes.
It didn't matter where I was at. It said, "Bless the Lord at all times." So I did.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes,
Rome was really interesting, even when we left the Vatican, to see how they provide for their priests and the nuns and the people that work there. It was incredible to see how they have maintained. And I know that people deal with the scandals that have happened over the years, but you got to understand that it takes order and leadership to keep something going that long, and to have so many incredible things. The Catholic Church has done a lot of good, and we don't look at the negative, but if you can just see how they preserve the heritage, it was exciting. When we left there, what I didn't enjoy was eating my pizza with a knife and fork.
That's what they do there.
They don't. If you pick that pizza up, they look at you like you're crazy.
Like you're absolutely crazy. And while we're talking about pizza, let's talk really quickly about part of the culture that I'm telling everybody about. When you go to these places, make sure that you research the culture, the behaviors of the people who live there, how they eat, and all of that. Because one of the things that was very interesting to me is the staring. Oh my goodness.
Well, I think that's because people weren't used to seeing. All right, so in Paris, they weren't used to seeing Americans. You got to understand, Bishop Cox.
You see Bishop
you
Cox.
you cannot wear your cassock all day. I told Bishop, let's go. Yeah, you're gonna be very hot. It was very hot. You have to research the area. You have to understand the culture. In France, they like Americans, they don't love Americans. So you have to be very careful in how you interact. They don't get many people of color from America, so they do stare. And then there's some people who've never seen people of color in person because they may live, further out of the city limits, or, the younger generation is starting to really adapt to people of color, and it's not even people of color, it's U.S. citizens. A couple of years ago when I was in France, we were asked to leave hotels because they did not want U.S. citizens staying in their hotel. Paris is great. Wasn't too happy about the food, but those what was those things? The curry chicken with the rice and the
curry
glass jar.
chicken. I should have put a picture of that.
Those were good.
a glass jar about this big.
Yeah.
It had rice at the bottom of it, and the top was curry chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That was my meal and salad while we stayed in Paris. And how many days were we in Paris?
4.5.
What?
It was 4.5 because then we left that fifth morning to go to London.
And so we took a train to London. How many hours was that?
2.
2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They fed us on the plane, on the train.
Mhm.
It wasn't good, but they fed us.
I would
But it was
suggest you getting a
exciting.
ham and cheese sandwich. Don't eat that.
It was exciting to have the opportunity of riding on a train and seeing all of the sights. And I wasn't really sure that all of that was going to take place. But the train ride was good. Took us into London. Yes. And then we
Yes.
stayed in London for a little while. What was the best part of London for you, Ma?
I enjoyed it all. That's just me. I just enjoyed all of it, including the food.
You was by yourself.
So, well, no. Okay. So the food in London was
London.
the food in wait, are we talking about London now? The food in
London.
London? The food in London, the first restaurant we went to was a Chinese restaurant. That was good.
That was good.
That was
The
in the
bre-
hotel.
That
In the
was in
hotel.
the hotel, right?
Right.
So now remember, we stayed at a hotel that is an American hotel. So in Paris, it was the Hyatt Regency. In London, it was the Hyatt Regency. And then La Meridian in Paris, right? But they had a great restaurant in there. It was an Asian restaurant, delicious food. But I can't remember anything else that was good after that.
Nothing.
I don't remember. We did get
like
to
we
go
all lost our way.
to we did get to go to Buckingham Palace to see the changing of the guard.
Yes.
Actually,
I'm glad that you said that. Let's watch that very quickly. Nate, let's watch the Buckingham Palace. Now, I don't have a lot of it, but here we go.
Turn it down.
So I did a live. Why do I hear Tamon's? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, my grandson. Say hi, Tamon.
Say hi. Say hi, Gina.
Hi.
Do you see Gina?
Yes.
Say hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Boo.
Are we
so the
eating?
pomp and circumstance that goes in with the changing of the guard,
Yes.
it is about a 40-minute ordeal. But you have to get there 45 minutes before it starts, or as you can see, people are at the gate. People are lining up to watch the guards come down the main road. They come down the main road. They go into the Buckingham Palace courtyard, and they exchange, and the old guard leaves. Now, I did get a chance to take a tour, not on this trip, but another trip, the tour of Buckingham Palace. Awesome place. Awesome place.
Yeah, that was very interesting to see the changing of the guards. That particular day was probably the hottest weather we received while we were there. It was ridiculously hot, but I think that everybody that lives in London was at the changing of the guards. Everybody. It was so many people there. And again, you got to know the culture of the people, because everybody was just walking in front of you. They saw you standing there, but they were just still walking in front of you. They didn't care that you were standing there. They didn't care how long you were waiting there to be online to see it. Of course, the bars on the gates, prohibited you from seeing so much. But absolutely a wonderful experience in London. And then in Rome, that was a little different. Because of the Vatican, there were a lot of tourists. But there were some brothers from, I would say maybe from Africa or
Yes.
somewhere in that part.
Yeah.
When they saw us coming, they went absolutely insane. My family, my family, my family. So while they were calling us their family and very excited to, I guess, to see their kind, they were hounding us to buy stuff. I mean, worse than if you go to Jamaica Avenue in New York. If you go in Brooklyn, totally, totally worse. But it was exciting. We did a lot of the bus tours. I believe we have one more video, right, Nate? Let's play that video and then we'll talk for a few more minutes and then we'll let everybody go. Let's see what this one has. Good morning. Or, yes, y'all, good morning. My good evening. Buongiorno. I'm a little late showing y'all where we are. Today we are in Rome, Italy. Look at this. Y'all see that house right there? This is Rome. Good morning. Let me clean my glass up. Welcome to Rome. Buongiorno. Yes, we are. Mommy and my brother. Lots of cars, lots of people. Much warmer here than in Paris and
It was raining in Paris.
London. Much warmer. Much warmer.
Where am I at?
You stayed at the hotel there.
Oh,
Look at the traffic. They got garbage and I wanted to show that they had everything that we had. Oh, this breeze feel good. So I posted this. It's on my Facebook Live. You all can go back to the month of May, and you'll see videos of each city that we took. We had pictures of the Louis Vuitton store, which was massive. I mean, it was huge.
The largest one in the world.
Pastor Burrow says, me and my family have been in London twice, but the rain was heavy. We had to leave out, but it's a nice trip to UK. Absolutely. I would definitely encourage anyone to go on that type of trip. Planning is necessary. I would say, again, researching the culture, how they eat, what they eat, how they are the behaviors of the people there, making sure that you find out when the best time to go is. All of that information is important. But as we're preparing,
Currency exchange as well.
Money exchange. That's the picture I didn't see, Nate. The money exchange. I put a picture with the money. Yeah, I don't know where it's at, but money exchange as well. And I thought that all of the money that you had in Paris worked in London and worked in London and Paris, but it didn't. So be mindful of that as well. Make sure that you investigate that information. But as my brother is walking to board his flight, I did want to just each of us just to talk a little bit or just to say something to those who are watching us about the importance of family time, about the balance that's necessary for families to take vacations and to spend that time away, especially families who are in ministry. So Bishop, if you can talk, I know you're going to your seat, but if you could talk really quickly about how important that is.
Yeah, so as I was saying earlier today, we spend a great deal of our time with ministry. We're dealing with the people, we're dealing with the the necessities of ministry. We are pouring into people's lives. We are serving. We are being servants. We are being leaders. And even if you're not a leader, you're being a participant, right? But our first ministry is to our family, right? You got to be very careful not to abandon the needs and responsibilities of your family for the sake of ministry, right? Because if you can be effective in ministry, you got to be effective at home. You cannot be a public success and a private failure. You cannot be great in the public eye, but fail at home, fail your children, fail your spouse. I don't care what God has called you to do in ministry. You can't neglect your family. In other words, make sure that everything that is at home is well first before you head to the house of God, before you serve God's people. You got to spend time with your family because at the end of the day, those are the ones that you share DNA with, right? And you got to have check-ins with your family, right? Is everything okay? Are we good? Are we on the same level field, playing field? Are we on the same in the same area, right? Because sometimes when you're busy, you drift apart. But like I said, don't be famous on platforms. Don't be on flyers preaching here and there or serving here and there if you've not served your family. Your children should never be neglected of your time because you're out somewhere building ministry or building the kingdom. God will always give you time to, as importantly, to make sure that your children are well, your spouse is well, right? Preachers, especially our brothers in ministry, make sure that your wives are just not tagging along to be your arm candy or your boo thing. That she is well, not just on Sunday when she has on a nice beautiful hat and all that. Make sure that she or he is emotionally being served, right? That you're talking with them, not at them, with them, right? So we want to make sure that we are being successful both in ministry and at home. And spending time like we did was to connect with each other, to and to shut some things down so that you couldn't concentrate on the well-being of your family, right? I work a full-time job, I pastor, but for me, sitting around the table, and one of the things I like is going out to eat with my family because we have uninterrupted time with each other, right? Nobody has to cook. Nobody is cleaning. We're just sitting there being served by someone else. And we can look at each other and we know by looking at each other where we are mentally, physically, emotionally, right? So it takes spending time with your family. And I know some people say, I spend time with my kids, not sitting in front of a TV,
Right.
not just, going to their school things. Sit down and talk to them. Watch TV with them. Watch what they're watching. Watch what they're listening to. Watch what's going into their spirits, right? Then you'll know how to minister to your children if you find out what their likes and dislikes are. So I encourage everyone to spend time with your family. Make sure that you are investing in your children, in your spouses, in your extended family. Talk about the things you need to talk about. We don't want to talk about death, but talk about, what happens if something should happen to me. What do I want, my family to do? Have I prepared my family? God forbid if my passing comes, have I supplied adequately for their future, right? And these are the things you talk about when your family comes together. You talk about your insurance. You talk about life. You talk about your wishes. Talk about your dreams. Because at the end, your family will always support your dreams. And they'll always help you get to the next goal. But it takes time, spending time with them.
Thank you, Bishop. That was very encouraging. Nina just left a message and said, amen. Thank you for sharing, seeing you all together on here. Reminding me of where a piece of my heart is left at home. We love you, Nina.
Love you, Nina.
Love you, Dad.
It's not a piece. We got your whole heart, Nina.
Right, the whole heart, okay?
We
And
got the
you'll
whole heart.
always have a seat for you, okay? Dad, you and Mommy provided us with, like, this vacation wasn't our first vacation together as a family. We did this every year. We went to Florida, we went to Shawnee, and still maintain ministry. What would you give to everybody in reference to the balance of those who are in ministry?
One of the greatest gifts that God gives us is family. We may not all get along. We may not all agree in certain areas, but family is important. And that means that we have someone that's, say, off to the left or off to the right. It's our responsibility to bring everybody together. You know, we can't kick someone to the curb and say, well, I'm tired of that one. I'm not going to listen to that one. I'm not going to deal with that one. They're family. And so it's important for us to love our family, to do what's necessary. I would like to think, you know, with my family that I did everything, you know, to take care of my family, you know, working and making sure if necessary, overtime, making sure if there's something that they needed, that I had it for them. So, you know, a dad, you know, everybody can be a father, but not everybody can be a dad. And so I say to all of our brothers out there that it is important to present yourself as a dad, to do the things that's necessary for your children, necessary for your wife, necessary for your relationship. And I just believe, I would like to think that I'm leaving the legacy.
Yes.
I would also like to think that I'm living in my legacy. I'm able to see it for myself. God bless you.
Absolutely. Ma, what do you think?
What do I
about
think?
the balance with family? What would you tell someone out there?
I think that we do it well. We do exceptional well with balance. You have to be able to laugh, and you have to be able to have frank and honest, open conversations about everything, and just enjoy each other. You got to spend time enjoying each other.
I think that I always say that I'm a minority, and I say that because, you know, a lot of my friends don't have their parents still together. Parents still together, loving each other, still dating, still having date nights, still laughing and joking. A lot of the people that I know don't have that. A lot of people that I know aren't close with their brothers or the sister. They don't have a very close relationship. And so I always say that I'm a minority, but I'm blessed because I feel like I have a little bit of all of the worlds. You know, we have our family dynamics. We can sit and come to whoever's house and sit and eat and laugh and joke and have fun. We find some fun in everything that we do. But we provide balance to those who watch. And it's not a put on, and those who, you know, have the opportunity to be around us when we're not necessarily, you know, doing ministry, but just sitting around having a barbecue or having dinner can say, you know, they're down to earth. They're regular, just like everybody else. We've had our ups and downs, you know, we've had our situations, but ultimately we've been able to come sit down amongst each other, love each other, learn from each other, and do what's necessary to maintain the balance of the family who happens to do ministry together. And so family is always first. And I'm not saying I'm at a place where I have good family. I had a good father who was there, who was supportive. My mother was there. She showed up. You know, she reared us. She nurtured us. She cared. We had that. I had a very good life. I can't say that we were homeless or didn't have food. I was blessed in that area. And we want people to know that relationship works with your family. I'm not saying that there are some people who don't have people in their family who you can't just go on vacation with, right? Because there are family members that you will not go on vacation with. And if it has to be just the immediate family, just let it be the immediate family, right? But we've had to share each other for so long when it comes to ministry that we owe it to ourselves to make sure that we're loving on each other outside of that. because it comes from a genuine place. So thank you, Mommy and Daddy, for all that you guys done over the years, being who you are, loving us, loving the people, showing us ministry and showing us God, and being loving and caring. One thing I can say, and I want to make this very clear, the only changing that the Boyce family has done is we have evolved and matured throughout the years. But who we are, being that support system, being there who you can talk to, needing something. I think that my family is one of the giving family I've ever seen in my life. And we are basically products of our parents, because they did the same thing, right? Bishop can attest. It was always somebody at the house eating. It was always somebody who needed something. It was always somebody who needed direction. Bishop, Daddy had to take them into the den to have a conversation while Mommy was cooking pancakes, bacon, eggs, sausages, toast, right?
They knew exactly what time to show up.
Hello. It was like they were sitting outside waiting for the food. Okay. They knew that on Sundays, my mother was cooking. We was going to have 2 meats, macaroni and cheese, candy yams. But they were able to feed them naturally, but also feed them spiritually, and also be that father figure to them. My dad has been a father figure to many. My brother has been a father figure to many. So I'm appreciative, and I wanted to start this season 2 off with my family and let you guys know that I love you guys. Hi Najda, that I love you guys. Taja, I'm sorry. And that I appreciate all that you do. That trip was a 50th birthday trip for me, and I enjoyed every part of it. Did let my parents and my brother know that the next trip, please don't go to Paris. We're not going to London. We're not going to, we're not going to go there. We need somewhere warm. Where we could get in the beach, go on the beach and go on the water.
Caribbean Islands.
But the Louis Vuitton store is in Paris.
Well, Bishop, that Louis Vuitton store is in Paris, but we know that we can find you other stores that you can shop for us in.
Walmart.
No, not Walmart. Not Walmart.
Speaking of which,
we needed Walmart for some undergarments when y'all lost your clothes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
That's right.
Because y'all didn't have
it wasn't
clothes
the
for
same.
3 days.
It wasn't the same.
And Mommy bought some underclothes that did not work for nobody. They are left in the hotel. We were uncomfortable.
In the trash can.
We laughed about that for days.
In the trash can.
Yeah, their luggage was lost in Paris for like 2.5 days, almost 3 days.
No, London. It was left in London.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say the men and women's undergarments are cut the same.
There's no additional anything, okay? There's nothing additional.
There's nothing. Everything is not covered. I don't care what size you buy. There's something hanging out. They cut the underclothes the same. Men and women's undergarments in Paris are the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's almost like wearing we call them little thongs. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Hi, Tamon. Everybody, y'all see my grandson? Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. You finished with the situation, Tamon? You done with the situation?
No.
Yes. No, he's not.
No. Not yet.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you
so much. Love you.
We love you.
Love you all.
Bishop, we're praying for you on this travel. Please let us know when you get there safe. We're praying that God will take you there and bring you back safely.
Walk with me.
I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody for joining tonight. I hope that you enjoyed the live tonight and enjoyed seeing my family on with me tonight. We had a wonderful time, and it is my hope and my desire that in everything that I do and who I am, that of course comes from good stock, from good family, from loving parents, godly parents. They do the right thing. They do all that they can to do the right thing, to show forth the fruits of the Spirit. They do all they can to love on people. And I wanted everyone to see an opportunity of Just my parents, just regular, us going on vacation, enjoying ourselves. But again, thank you all for joining. The newcomers, thank you all. I will be back here Mondays at 7 o'clock. We are back for season 2. We have some great upcoming topics to discuss. Some people that will be on with me to share their journeys of what they have going on, and me to do the part that God has commissioned me to do. So again, thank you all. We ran a little late, but thank you all for joining me tonight. Please remember to be back here on Monday, the same time, same place. And my message to you tonight, besides us having a great time on vacation and besides us enjoying the family time, that it's important to have balance in your life. Even if you're not in ministry the way we are, it's important to love on your family. Everybody says today is not, tomorrow's not promised. I always say today, like later on tonight is not promised. There's so many people who have passed since I have done this live. So many people who have impacted my life. My aunt at Story passed away, I believe July 11th. And she was definitely inspirational to us as far as ministry is concerned. Very close because my family was close. We did Christmas and Thanksgiving together. And I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to love on her and those others who passed. I found out yesterday actually that one of my cousins, Jack Miller, passed away from cancer, and I'm praying for my aunt and his sister and his brother, that God would give them the strength to go on. And I'm praying a special prayer for his children, his babies, that he left behind. Family is important. And even if you're not on the terms that you need to be with your family, it's important to get there. Now, please, under no circumstances do I want anyone to take this family video to mean that you have to run after your family and you just have to do certain things, because everyone isn't, unfortunately, blessed the way I am when it comes to family. But what's important is that you have the family that's pushing you into better, that's loving you, that's not enabling you, that's not pacifying you. Make sure that that's the family that you want to connect with and you want to bond with and you want a relationship with. Those who may not offer that, still love on them, because ultimately we know that family can be great sources of strength to us, but then some family members can be very draining and very entitled. So we have to make sure that we choose wisely. But love on your family today. Do all that you can to bring the family together, because once our eyes close for good, we don't hear what you're saying. So make sure you're loving on your family, you're loving on your parents if they're still here. And if they're not still here, that you're allowing their legacy to live. That means whatever they did, what was good, make sure that you're pouring that back into your children, or that you're living that day by day. I love you all. Thanks for joining me. Please join us. If you haven't loved my Instagram, it's Heart Conversations with Jeauninè. Heart Conversations on Instagram, HC with Jeauninè on Facebook, and I am now on TikTok. And so please, if you haven't followed me on TikTok, please go to follow me on TikTok. There's going to be some new and exciting things. I believe God is opening doors. I may not see the door, but I'm speaking that the door is going to be open. So thank you all for joining me tonight. I love you all, and there's nothing that you can do about it. It's not how you love me that affects my life, but it's how I love you that affects my life. Thank you again for joining. I love y'all. Good night. Bye.